The Mediterranean diet was named the best overall diet for 2023 by US News and World Report. This is for its proven ability to lower high cholesterol and high blood pressure, but also significantly reducing your risk of heart disease and cancer. So out of all the diets out there, what makes this one so powerful? Welcome to video number 3 of my 3-part series on the best diets for cancer prevention and cancer recurrence. In this video, I'm going to explain why you as a cancer survivor should eat more like a Mediterranean, and I'll be comparing this diet to others I've discussed in this series like the keto diet or intermittent fasting. And I know your time is precious, so let's get right into it. Here are the top 5 reasons the Mediterranean diet can help your body fight off cancer cells. Number 1, it includes a lot of monosaturated fats from things like olive oil and nuts, and omega-3 fatty acids from fish like salmon or trout, which reduces inflammation in the body and contributes to improved heart health. The high concentration of oleic acid and antioxidants in olive oil also help to combat oxidative stress, which is involved in the development of cancer cells. Also, as an aside, if you've ever been diagnosed with high cholesterol or heart disease, listen to this. In a large clinical study done over several years, the Mediterranean diet showed reduced overall cardiovascular disease by 50% and a decrease in deaths from heart disease by 67%, huge, mainly because of all the healthy fats consumed in this diet as opposed to unhealthy saturated fats from processed foods, especially processed meats like bacon or sausage, for example. Reason number 2 to love this diet, as you may be aware, it promotes eating a ton of fruits and vegetables. And the more fruits and veggies you eat, the more you can benefit from their antioxidants, essential nutrients, and phytochemicals, which all work together in your body to remove harmful free radicals, reduce inflammation, protect your cells, and make it very difficult for cancer cells to survive. I go over the most important ones to add to your diet in my video titled Eat to Beat Cancer, which I'll link in the description below. Eating these fruits and vegetables regularly will also help to strengthen your immune system, which will help you to recover from cancer treatment and reduce your risk of recurrence. Reason number 3, the Mediterranean diet focuses on real food. And by that, I mean whole foods like fruit and veggies, lean meats, whole grains, and healthy fats. When you're eating whole foods like this, it likely means that you're eating very little sugar, refined carbs, or processed foods. Cutting out these types of food alone can increase your chances of beating cancer by 50%. It's said that this is the main reason that the incidence of cancer amongst people living in the Mediterranean is lower than in North America. Reason number 4, fiber. Eating whole grains and high fiber fruits and veggies will provide you with the fiber to maintain a healthy gut microbiome. A diverse and balanced microbiome will also strengthen your immune system and reduce inflammation. Also, the complex carbs found in whole grains will keep you full for longer and provide you with more energy without those nasty spikes in your blood sugar levels that you would get from eating refined carbs like white bread or white pasta, for example. And last but not least, the 5th reason the Mediterranean diet is a winner is the lifestyle that accompanies it. So we're actually not just talking about Mediterranean cuisine here, it's also a way of life that includes physical activity and socializing daily. It's been proven that people that get together to eat with others and socialize more often than not have lower stress levels and better overall mental well-being, both of which contribute to disease prevention. So lo and behold, the Mediterranean diet, which was first publicized as a diet in 1975, but didn't really gain popularity till the 90s, is more than just a list of foods, it's a way of life. I love this. But when we think about it this way, can we really compare it to the keto diet or intermittent fasting or any other diet that only involves making dietary changes? Because I think what makes the Mediterranean diet so powerful is that along with the healthy eating, you're also making healthy lifestyle changes. I've provided you with a link in the description below for a few of the top recommended books on the Mediterranean diet, complete with delicious recipes in case you're interested in trying it. Now, if you've watched the first 2 videos in this series, you'll know that the best diet for you is one that you're most likely to stick with long term according to your behaviors and your lifestyle. The reason I wanted to do this video series on these different types of diets is so that you could determine if any of them could work for you, knowing that they're all beneficial for preventing cancer or cancer recurrence in their own ways. You can choose to try one or a combination of 2 or even all 3. The most important thing is that you're able to stick with it long term. For example, if you can combine intermittent fasting with eating like a Mediterranean during your eating window, that would be amazing because you could reap the benefits from both diets. Or if you're a fan of keto, maybe you could do a combination of keto and the Mediterranean diet that focuses more on the keto-friendly foods, like the healthy fats and lower carb veggies. The keto diet can be difficult to follow because it's so limiting in terms of the amount of carbs you can eat each day. And intermittent fasting, although it has several health benefits, it's not for everyone, especially if you're taking certain medications or you have certain health conditions like diabetes, for example. So in this case, maybe following the Mediterranean diet could work for you because it's more flexible, but it's still associated with a reduced risk of several types of cancer, including breast, colorectal, prostate, and GI cancers. We know that at least 30% of all cancers are caused by poor diet, or what they call the SAD diet, the standard American diet, which is high in processed foods, sugar, and starch, and lacks what we call protective nutrients. It's not just about eliminating the bad stuff, it's about incorporating more of the good stuff, which are whole foods that are protective at a cellular level against cancer. And we know that we can decrease our risk of getting cancer substantially just by making healthy diet and lifestyle choices. Now, I'm not saying that you have to follow a specific diet to improve your chances of beating cancer, but there is something that the 3 diets I've discussed in this video series have in common, and those were the keto diet, intermittent fasting, and obviously the Mediterranean diet. And that is, when followed consistently, they've all been proven to significantly reduce the amount of inflammation in your body. When it comes to preventing cancer, the name of the game is reducing inflammation. And there's no better way to do this than by exercising, eating anti-inflammatory foods, and cutting out sugar, refined carbs, and processed foods as much as possible. Sugar is probably the most potent trigger for inflammation, and it's the leading cause of obesity. Obesity itself puts you at a higher risk of getting 13 different types of cancer. And although I've been talking about the Mediterranean diet as being easy to follow, if you have a sugar addiction, it's not going to be so easy to follow. It would actually require a lot of discipline because you would have to make some serious changes, and not only to your diet, but maybe to your lifestyle as well. If, say, you're used to treating yourself with chocolate every night or going out regularly for ice cream for dessert. So if you're just starting out in making healthy changes, following the Mediterranean diet could give you some structure and guidance. But as long as you don't try to do a complete 180 with your current diet and cut out all the foods that you love at once, because you'll likely end up feeling deprived and you may not be able to stick with it. So the key here is to do it slowly. Start by cutting back on the amount of sugar you put in your coffee in the morning, and then once you get used to it, cut back even more. You really don't have to do it all at once. What's more important is that you figure out what works best for you so that you can make continuous, sustainable, healthy changes that will help you to prevent cancer or stay in remission. In fact, I'm planning on doing another video for you on how to stop craving sugar for good. I'll be sharing the exact steps that I personally used to cut out sugar from my diet, and I honestly haven't craved it in years. It's true that the less you eat it, the less you crave it, but it's not easy in the beginning. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that we can reach and help more people. Bye for now.